Hello everyone, this is Caroline and I am going to do a reading for you for May, which is coming up very, very quickly. And I don't know if you can hear the birds, but they're singing their little hearts out at the moment. So that's really kind of them to join us for this reading. So I know that a lot of people have been really struggling with difficult energies, lots of retrograde, and I've just been hearing from all around that people are really struggling, relationships are breaking up, and so if you're somebody who's really having a hard time at the moment, please don't despair. I think what's happening is as we are improving and raising our vibration, which most people seem to be, that I come in contact with, seem to be that's what they're trying to do at the moment. The dark will always try and bring us back down and bring in old patterning and old thought patterns. Yeah, and they can be really sneaky and really mean and come in the back door and we're least expecting it. So just know that you're not alone and that sometimes we just have to rise above it and just try and raise our vibration. So I'm going to pull four cards as I normally do for the month. Is there a message to start with, angels, for the lovely people at Soul Connecting? Excuse me, I have a frog in my throat. Okay, so what I'm hearing is stillness, peace, love, and stillness. Whilst everything around me is bursting into life and, really being colourful and beautiful and promising great things, I'm hearing breathe, be peaceful, relax, sleep. Almost as if we need to take care of ourselves before we really interact with what's going on around us. They're saying that we are very loved and that, they appreciate all the healing that we're doing on behalf of mankind, really. I'm a very strong believer that as I heal myself, I'm healing the planet and other people. I'm allowing other people to get well. I'm contributing to the consciousness of the planet by releasing some of my pain, as is everybody else. I'm not special. But I really think even a tiny stride in the right direction can really make a ripple effect on the consciousness of the planet. So despite the fact that it's not very fun, the angels want to say thank you for all the work that you're doing. And if you're watching this and you're thinking, I'm not doing any work on myself, I think the work is being done on us even if we're not ready for it. I feel like this is the time where the planet is just saying, okay, we've changed up to second gear, we're really foot is on the metal, and the changes are starting to happen. So that wasn't said to be threatening in any way, but I think sometimes things can happen always without our conscious agreement, but it is, I think, half the reason that we come here is to help resolve some of the things that perhaps our family have struggled with down through the centuries. Right, so I'm really drawn to pulling that card for week 1, that one for week 2, that one for week 3, and that one for week 4. Alright, once again, I'm using messages from the angels. So week 1 in May, your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith and don't try and force it to happen. So, I don't know if you can read that. There we are. And she is flying off. And I'm looking at the clock, so it feels very timely and it feels that it's here and now. So I certainly remember back in January and February we were saying it's time to take stock and make some decisions, and I feel like some of that is coming now to fruition. I feel if anyone out there is anything like myself, patience isn't a word in my vocabulary. I can be really, really impatient. I don't have a whole lot of patience. much to my detriment and to the annoyance of those around me, I would say. But it's something I'm trying to learn, and I'm asking the angels to help me with that. But I feel that now some of the waiting that we've been doing this year has come to fruition. So I think the first week is, it's not that it's here, but it's coming and it's close, and start just preparing for it to come. And then week 2 of May 2017 is fantastic. So we get Celeste. So we've got it's almost here, and then the second week we get a happy move to a new home or place of employment is in the work. This movement will usher in positive new energy. It's really hard for me to work out. So you see that card there. Looks to me like she's a goddess in a garden, underneath a really beautiful chateau, house, castle, not really sure what it is. But this movement will usher in positive new energy. Now, I'm not saying that everybody listening to this is going to move house or get a new job. I don't feel that that's what the card's saying. And of course, if that's what you're looking for, then possibly it can happen for you in the second week of May. What it does say to me is that there are some big changes coming which will help you to feel joy and happiness. And it feels very much like quite a dramatic change. It's not going to be, I buy a new book or something like that. I feel like big changes, and these could be changes that are internal as well as external. Let me just tune in a little bit to that one. Now, I wouldn't even start to become an astrologer, but I feel like some planets are moving into line. It feels like suddenly there'll be a better alignment, and taking action will be easier in week 2 in May. So I feel like if you're sitting there waiting to do something, or you're not quite sure of the timing, the second week in May feels like that's really going to be when you take your steps and make your changes. So the third week is now is the time to learn, study and gather information. Enjoy being a student, because in the future you will synthesize your knowledge into action. And the card is called Patience, which is really interesting. Now that's an angel staring out to sea. So suggestive therefore of deep contemplation and real synthesizing of what's going on. Now, in my experience, when we make big changes, right after we've made them is not the time to decide, let's say make big decisions, because you need to see how it fits to start with. So if, for example, you buy a garden, yes, you could go out and buy plants and throw them in any old way, but then you don't know how they're going to be over the seasons. And sometimes it's about watching the garden, watching to see what happens, and learning a little bit about, where the wind blows in your garden, if the rain runs down the side of the house, etc., etc. And I'm using that as an example, but I think having made the big decision and the move, whatever that might mean for you, in the second week, I think the third week is very much like, okay, here I am in this new place, or this new environment, or this new job, for example, if that's what your life is offering you at the moment. And now I just need to sit back, learn the ropes, learn the rules, understand what's going on, and then make decisions about moving forward. And for example, if that was a garden, I really feel like moving forward would mean I'm going to watch the garden, I'm going to learn about the garden, and then I'm going to go out and plant everything. And then the fourth week, these are all very movement type cards this month, so I feel May could well be a month of movement. But the fourth week in May is a great card. Mystique, keep charging ahead and don't take no for an answer. Expect miraculous solutions to appear. Now, can you see that beautiful black stallion that's a unicorn in these cards? So I think, having spent a week synthesizing and looking and being an observer, then it's time to move into action. Now, I know I just said if it was a garden and maybe you'd want to watch for a bit more than a week, but I think you get the essence of that it's time to just take stock, and then the next week, whatever it is you think you can do or you want to do, expect miraculous solutions to appear. So I really feel like week 4 is an action week. So week 1 is kind of, yeah, it's coming. Week 2 is here it is. Week 3 is kind of let's take stock and work out where we're at and how we feel. And week 4 is now we can move forward and really do amazing things with this new situation that I find myself in from week 2. The emphasis I'm being told is on the miraculous solutions. So sometimes we think we're very much in control of what happens and who we are, but sometimes what the angels want us to hear is, if I keep saying I want a red mini, I want a red mini, I want a red mini, and they're trying to bring me a silver, I don't know, Jaguar or Mercedes or, Aston Martin, my emphasis is on the car that I think I want, and they're saying, no, but we could do much better for you. And it's not something that maybe has come into my consciousness, or I haven't envisaged myself having an Aston Martin, for example. Now, I know that's quite a flippant way of looking at what we want, but sometimes what we want isn't exactly what we need, or wouldn't teach us the lessons that we need to learn, or wouldn't be good for us in the long term, because right now we need to learn about, I don't know, let's say humility or patience in my case, or you might need to learn not to be quite so stubborn, or whatever it is that you're learning. So very often in the readings what I hear them say is, sorry about that, can't do much about that. What I hear them saying is just be open to miraculous solutions. So be open to it being not how you envisage, but how it is supposed to be for you right now. So I love that card because it's saying don't control how it's going to be. Just know that you've put a request out to the universe and that it's charging at you if you allow it to come in. So for me, May is actually a really good month of change, and we've been through 2 or 3 months where they're saying let go, let go, let go, let go. And it feels like this month they're saying, okay, because you have done some work on letting go, here comes what can't speak today, sorry. Here comes what you were looking for. Might be in a different guise, but it is coming. So I think this is a really positive outlook for May. I mean, obviously the gardens are starting to grow, love is in there, all of this sort of thing. So I really would say to you, enjoy it, look forward to it, pay heed of week 1 and 3, where, things are being brought to you, and sometimes it's all about just observing, but certainly weeks 2 and 4 are going to be very active and very exciting. So wishing you a really happy month of May for 2017. If you'd like to get in touch with me in any way, please do let me know if you're watching these monthly forecasts and if they're helping you in any way. That would be great. My website is spiritualgrowthtools.co.uk, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Bye bye.